So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can solve quadratic equations by factoring. Okay, remember that the standard form of the quadratic equation is given by ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Suppose that we have 2x squared minus 6x equals 0. And then we want to solve this quadratic equation by factoring. So in this case, we look at the left side of our equation and see kung anong pwede nating magawa. Okay, take note that when you solve quadratic equation by factoring, you have to ensure that the right side of the equation is 0. Okay, now, by factoring the common monomial factor 2x, we get 2x times x minus 3 is equal to 0. You can always check kung tama yung pagkaka-factor mo by multiplying. Okay, so 2x times x, 2x squared, 2x times negative 3, negative 6x. Now, by applying the zero product property, okay, which states that if AB is equal to 0, then either A is equal to 0 or B is equal to 0 or both of them are 0. So in this case, by applying that property, okay, we can separate here. 2x is equal to 0 and we also have x minus 3 is equal to 0. So ano ibig sabihin? Paliwanag natin ulit. Ibig sabihin ng zero product property, ibig sabihin kapag yung dalawang bagay ay minultiply mo at ang sagot ay 0, so ibig sabihin po pwedeng yung isa sa kanila ay 0 o pareho silang 0. Okay? So now, by solving the values of x, okay, in each, so we have here. So divide both sides by 2. Okay? And so we have x is equal to 0 because we know for a fact that 0 divided by 2 is 0. Now, for the second one, we have, okay, by applying addition property of equality, we have to add positive 3 on both sides to eliminate this negative 3. And so we have x is equal to 3. And therefore, our solution, okay, to this quadratic equation, okay, is either x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 3. By checking, we have this. Checking x is equal to 0 by substituting the values to the original equation. We have 2x squared minus 6x equals 0. So we have 2 times 0 squared minus 6 times 0 is equal to 0. And therefore, 0 minus 0 is equal to 0. And that makes 0 equals 0. And that is true. For the second one, checking x is equal to 3, we have 2 times the quantity 3 squared minus 6 times 3 is equal to 0. And then 18 minus 18 is equal to 0. And then 0 is equal to 0. And that is also true. So therefore, these are the solutions to this quadratic equation. So by factoring, again, so hindi na tayo mahihirapan since ang ating right side ng equation ay naka-0 na. Okay, so notice that this, okay, this expression can be factored, okay, using the identity difference of two squares. Okay, this is an example of a difference of two squares. So, pag pinactor natin yan, that is the product of two binomials, okay, na isang plus at isang minus, okay, at same ng first and second term. So, we just simply need to get the square root of 25x squared and 16. And that is, so we have 5x plus 4 times 5x minus 4 equals 0. By applying the zero product property, we have 5x plus 4 equals 0, 5x minus 4 equals 0. Let's solve x, the value of x, okay, sa bawat isa. By, again, applying addition property of equality, tanggalin natin si positive 4 dito by adding negative 4. Okay? And now we have 5x equals negative 4. And then by dividing both sides of the equation by 5, we get x equals negative 4 over 5. And for the second one, by adding 4 to both sides of the equation to eliminate this negative 4 on this side, we have 5x equals 4. By dividing both sides by 5, we now have x equal to 4 over 5. And this is now our solution to this quadratic equation. We have negative 4 over 5 and 4 over 5. By checking, we have this and this. Let's take a look at the last example here. So x squared plus 7x plus 10 equals 0. So this is a general trinomial. Okay, so we can actually factor this out. Okay, and we will have x plus 2 times x plus 5. Notice, no? Since a is equal to 1 here, madali lang siya natin may pa-factor by simply thinking of two numbers na kapag binultiply ay 10 at kapag inad ay 7. And that gives us 2 and 5. And now, by applying the zero product property, we now have x plus 2 equals 0, x plus 5 equals 0. Okay, so lipat ito. Okay, tanggalin ito by adding negative 2 on both sides of the equation. Cancel, cancel. And so we have x equals negative 2. And then here, by adding negative 5 to both sides of the equation, cancel, cancel, and then we have x equals negative 5. So we have x equals negative 2 or x equals negative 5 as our solutions to this quadratic equation. By checking, we have this. By substituting the values of x to the original equation, and we also have this. I hope that you learned something today. Thank you for watching.